Justin and Brian, you guys are the Smash experts. You guys were playing it all weekend. Like, what do you, what do you think?
This, I like it better than Mario Galaxy. I didn't think I would like anything on the Wii better than Mario Galaxy.
Wow, really?
Yeah. This is like 20 years of my gaming life on a DVD.
Literally.
Yeah.
I don't really appreciate it as like a fighting game, but what I appreciate about it is the fan service. Like, I'm not a fan of the main course. I like all the side dishes, but there's so many of those in this one. It's like ridiculous.
Melee was my first Smash game, and like I was awful at it at the beginning. And the only really way I could get good at it was by playing with friends and having them tell me you need to do this, 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 and this. But like with this game, the adventure mode is really, really solid.
Some of the stages really have a lot of love put into them, but some of them are just like random crap. I feel like I'm fighting like, you know, like the Heartless from Kingdom Hearts. Like some of the enemies,
yeah,
like
that's probably true.
Why not fill all the enemies with the different, you know, Nintendo enemy? You have this rich universe. Some of them are like the Goombas, but some of them are like these random like.
Some of them are just totally generic, right? Like they're not from any game or.
Yeah, but I mean, they have their unique attack and stuff like that. Like it's a well designed adventure game.
It's weird, like, I go from really liking it to not liking it so much. Like, at times, it feels like bad fan fiction, you know? It's like when you're Fox McCloud fighting like a Pokemon, it's like, wait, what? Why am I doing this again?
Around 50%, it turns into, it takes all the stages that you played up until then and then turns it all into a Metroidvania. I'm gonna admit that it does get a little repetitive because the variety in the enemies is a little low, but it's this interconnected, makes no sense, but it's totally crazy and fun Nintendogasm that
by the writer of Final Fantasy VII.
Right.
Like, what did he write? It's like then Diddy Kong appears and does a backflip and shoots peanuts at a thing. Like, do you really hire like an award-winning writer to write that? Nobody says anything the entire time.
Well, I don't know. When having played through the whole thing, his style really comes through. It does feel like a Nojima script. I think you can unlock all the characters and stages in about 10 hours.
Yeah. And if you skip all the cutscenes and play it on the easiest setting, you can finish the adventure mode in 5-6 hours.
I mean, I've got about 80 to 85% of this stuff unlocked now, you know, but like every single one of those was a really, really, you know, unique kind of thing you had to do. There was one where you had to like jump off of the stage into the water and swim for 100 meters.
They're like achievements, basically.
Yeah. And it's, I mean, it really feels good to look at your wall, it's all complete, and you're like, oh, that's awesome.
The meat and potatoes of the game is the multiplayer, the fighting game. To me, it seems like it's the same thing, just kind of more of it. Like, I mean, you guys know better. Does it feel very different?
The controls are a lot looser, I think, than Melee. Like, you'll definitely find yourself floating around a little bit more. The jumps are a little bit.
Well, yeah, I think and a lot of the Smash community has been saying the game is slower. Like back to maybe Nintendo 64 speed.
How can they possibly be balanced? Like, they don't. Smash doesn't have a history of everybody being balanced.
No.
It's like different tiers.
But if everybody finds a character that plays up their personal strengths as a player, like I happen to really like juggling people, so like Lucas is a good character for me because his up smash is like ridiculous. You know, he has like the range is like 3 times his body width and 3 times his body height. Anything near him just gets blown sky high.
Tiers come from when people play and they learn new tricks. As time goes by, more and more people will find more and more techniques, and maybe Lucas right now now is really, really strong, but, you know, and next year, this time,
Someone
people will be
will
like,
figure it out, right?
Olimar's the
Handle it.
shit, you know?
Yeah. No,
It's like the different stages. I mean, besides just being really cool, like having electroplankton and being all the Nintendo history involved in them, is how differently like they play. They're completely different. Then you have the Game & Watch stage that's changing, or the WarioWare, even within its own stage is changing like dramatically while you're playing it.
So has every stage you've seen been that dynamic, where there's like all sorts of stuff going on?
yeah, I mean, some of them are kind of simple. Like the Zelda one is, I mean, once you've played it twice, there's no real surprises anymore. The one that really impressed me was the Wind Waker level, because they somehow managed to capture everything about that was sort of enchanting about that experience into one little stage.
I've been playing online, but almost all I've been doing is betting on other people's matches and spectating. I actually love doing that.
Yeah,
like,
it's fun.
Yeah,
It's fun.
and then you even get like bonus prizes and stuff like that. There's like the stuff that I'm addicted to is all the stuff surrounding the game that's not actually the actual real game, which
See,
just
once
feels
you
kind of
When you
weird.
get better at it, though, you're gonna want to play more of the actual game.
Right?
I
Yeah.
I have had lag online when we played together.
Just with you, if you want.
Yeah, and it was because like the way that they handles lag is it's not input lag, it's game lag. So if it lags, things just all slow down. And when we were playing last night, it was like I couldn't
Frozen,
even
yeah.
exit the game because it was almost frozen. But that was just the only time that ever happened was between me and him.
Yeah.
Anytime I do random play or against any other friends that I have, it is absolutely perfect.
But I was impressed that like even while you're waiting for a match to start, you can you're hitting like a sandbag. It gives you stuff to do. The spectator mode and how you can even bet on spectator matches. Like they thought about it in a different way.
For a Wii game to have spectator mode is to me blew me away, because like they never do anything like that. It seems like Sakurai or whoever on that team actually plays games a lot and knows what people want and knows what they're doing, and therefore this game is like miles ahead of any other Wii game.
It's got movie making, it's got screen capping, you can build stages.
So here's the question: they packed in so much stuff. It's like all Nintendo history. They've thrown in every character I can possibly think of. And an interview with Sakurai, he said he treats each Smash Brothers like it's going to be the last one.
At some point, you think they're just going to be able to make a game when Nintendo gets around to having a hard drive or something. Just make the game this is the game, and then just add stuff to it, and not remake the whole engine over and over again.
How would they seriously you think this will be the last one? How would they seriously top this again?